Welcome to Leviathan, a production of Twice Rolled Tales, a Call of Cthulhu mystery with some homebrew included. I'm Linnie Schell. I will be your keeper for the evening, and let's introduce our lovely players.
Hi, my name is Emily Tworek. I am playing Izzy St. Julien. She is 21. She's a student, a grad student, and you can kind of recognize Izzy in a crowd by her bushy red hair. She's about 5'3" and looks kind of like a 10-year-old just decided to go to college. But yeah, she was born in Oregon and here on a trip to finish her.
Hi, I'm Jasmin, Malave. I'm going to be playing Irina Thompson. She is a surveyor with the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Department in Washington, D.C. She's here checking out some things going on in the ocean waters in the area.
Hi, my name is Rosie Flanagan. I'll be playing Nick Angler. Nick Angler was born and raised in Miami, Florida. He's an exotic fish shop owner. He is 49 years old, brunette, bit of a stout man, wears his sunglasses on the back of his head a lot of the time. And he is interested in the chance to see some exotic fish in the area.
And I'll be playing Captain Lachlan Mitchell, the captain of a submarine that regularly patrols these waters off the coast of Florida. Distinctly not born of Florida, however.
Exciting. It is a balmy July of 1993. The fall of the Soviet Union has led to reduced and increasing tensions in some areas, especially under the sea. Here in Miami, they'll tell you about the Bermuda Triangle, but according to the government, there is no such thing. There is no statistically unlikely ship disappearances any more than any other region prone to shark attacks, cyclones, bad weather, shipwrecks. It's fine. There's no such thing. Those who in the know that there is more beneath the water than might expect. Waiting on the dock, we see Izzy, who has arrived for early. You see no one there. What are you going to do for this moment?
Izzy is a pretty nervous gal, and so she is really she's trying to figure out if she's in the right place, looking around for anyone who looks even vaguely familiar. Of course, she's met no one, so she's kind of just pacing back and forth like a lost child, kind of hoping that someone will show up and claim her.
Incredible. As Izzy is pacing, we're going to pan over to Jack's Catch and Release, which is the shittiest, terrible bar that you've ever seen. It is like listing into the waters, and in it we find Nick, who's clearly not even gone home. Like, he's waiting for the sub to arrive.
So yeah, Nick's actually been there all night. He's there. Nick is a big lover of mezcal, so he's asking for shot of mezcal for courage. And he also specifically likes the worms of mezcal. So a little bit of protein to get him through the ride. And he's actually really excited because he heard that Izzy is going to be there. And he has a little crush on her, and he loves her talk show as well as her weekly news article.
Is Nick eating the worm?
Yeah, Nick is eating the worm.
I need a constitution check. We need a constitution check on that one.
Alright,
so you're gonna roll percentile dice with that one. This guy.
63.
You did not pass.
This is not the first mezcal worm that Nick has consumed this night, but it probably should be your last. Yeah, you're definitely gurgling. Definitely gurgling.
Nick's feeling the mezcal a bit, and that's not good because he also has a little bout of seasickness. Oh boy. And so the liquid courage might not be actual courage after all, but he steadily, somewhat unsteadily, gets up from the bar, big gurgly. He runs to the nearest porta potty, and proceeds to ready himself for this.
You can hear the bartender say, "Nick, just put it on your tab. Like,
Get on my tab. Thanks, Gina.
It's fine, Nick. I know you'll be back.
I will. You really take care of me, Gina.
So, as we're watching this, a taxi pulls up to the dock, and we see a sleek stiletto heel?
I think boots.
Boot come out, and your character emerges. Tell us about her.
Yeah, Irina Thompson walks out. She is in a flannel shirt, yellow jacket. It's got some loose-fitting jeans, and she's definitely got a bit of a notebook coming out. She's very average in every way. She is a pretty average height. She appears to be someone who would be of average strength and definitely very average with friends. The kind of person who's forgettable. And she gets out of the cab and she surveys the area and steps into the shadows and keeps an eye out.
Are you you're not trying to be spotted by Izzy on the dock? You're just kind of watching.
I'm just kind of watching. It's okay if they see me, but I'm trying to speak.
Fair enough. Cool. Right. So as you guys are waiting, is Nick still on the point? Is he just gonna sit there till he hears someone call?
Yeah, he's still there.
Okay, he's not.
It's a lot. Yeah, he needs some time.
Alright, so yeah, let's just pop back to Izzy then. Are you gonna be looking around? Or are you fixed on the water? What is Izzy's thoughts right now?
She's like looking around pretty frantically. She's heard of this like Captain Lachlan. She's not really sure. It was just communicated in a letter. And so she's just scanning for anyone that could be considered a sea captain.
Captain Mitchell could certainly be considered a sea captain.
Yeah, as you're looking out, can't remember if I said it was afternoon. It's morning. It's definitely morning. Did I say it was afternoon?
I have no idea.
Great. The morning. The sun is great. Yeah, the sun is just starting to rise. You can already feel the heat starting to like crisp the air up. And as you're looking, you kind of see far off in the distance like a black hump come out of the water. And as you're watching, a very rickety. It's clear it has been patched and repatched and re-riveted with dedication and love. But it is somewhat surprising that this submarine is still floating. And as you see, it starts
sinking.
that it maintains relative buoyancy. So as you're watching this, and Irina, you can definitely see this as from your shadows. You see the submarine come approach the dock, and it's not slowing down. It's going. It's coming. And just as it's about to hit the dock, an enormous plume of water shoots up and essentially like releases some ballast and breaks and skids right into the dock. It just sits there for a second. And you can see the ship's name like spray painted across the side. And as you're watching this, it just sits there, and then you hear some like what sounds like someone running up a set of steel staircases, falling down them a little bit, and then running up to the top. And then the hatch pops, and a man emerges.
Captain Mitchell appears just with the gusto of too much energy. Like, you would think he was maybe on something that he shouldn't be, but like, in truth, he's all about the clean living. This is just the way he is. He is very clearly some kind of naval captain, because he's wearing kind of one of those like classic captain's caps that nobody wears anymore. But however, it is sitting above just a Hawaiian shirt.
Yes.
Which one of you would be Izzy?
Izzy waves from the side of the dock.
Come aboard!
Hi, you must be, Captain Lachlan, is that right?
Captain Lachlan Mitchell.
Lachlan. Okay, hi, Izzy St. Julien. It's so nice to meet you.
Lovely to have you aboard.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about you. I'm really excited to come aboard what is it called again?
This beauty here is the Bernice.
The Bernice. Where does that name come from?
Named after me grandmum.
Beautiful.
Rest in peace.
Beautiful. Do you mind if I just like take a picture? I have a call in like a
By all means.
Yeah, great, awesome.
Martin, we gotta get a picture. I'd like to call him. Yes, bring Diaz as well. We'd like to get a couple of my crew members up, like kind of all just like crammed into this like hole that is really only designed to have one person coming out of it at once. It's like
Incredible.
Marcus is as tall as Lachlan is wide. He's very, very short. And then Sophia Diaz is kind of his exact opposite. She's very, very tall and very skinny, and she's wearing like headphones around her neck, and she's like, Captain, I should be below decks. We're gonna crash into something.
how are we gonna crash Diaz? We docked.
We will find a way, Captain. I have faith in us. Faith eternal.
And that's what I love about you.
Can I go back down now?
Just 1 second. Cheese?
Izzy pulls a Polaroid camera out of her bright yellow backpack and just snaps a picture. Waits for it to print. Shakes it a little bit. No, I think I need to take one more. There we go. Okay. Thank you.
Aren't you good?
Sophia's gone. So Irina sees all this. Is she just still hanging back? Is she gonna come observe? She's happy to hang back.
Yeah, I think she's gonna watch for.
Incredible. Do you think Lachlan is shouting loud enough to be heard from
Yes,
the porta
definitely.
potties? You hear the dulcet tones of Captain Mitchell, and you guys have run into each other before. So, what do you? Are you excited about this? Are you subsequently horrified that you have signed up for this? What are your feelings on Captain Mitchell?
It kind of gets the vibe that Captain Mitchell is an eccentric man. Known for being a bit crazy, a few screws loose, but he believes in him at the same time. So he hears him, calling out. He quickly finishes up his business. Slicks back the little bit of hair on his head. Make sure his sideburns look good. Opens the door. Notices he has a little TP stuck to his foot. Yanks it off. Walks out. Hey, Lachlan. been a
Nick,
while.
you gonna be joining us as well?
Yeah, I think I am. You got a few wolf cichlids out there? What kind of fish are we talking?
Lachlan definitely does not know fish, and until Nick said the word fish, had no idea what he was talking about. It's like, yeah, all of the above. Come on, all right. You'll see all of the above if you just get below.
As Nick is approaching Lachlan, you see a large armored kind of military style RV pull up, and out of it steps someone wearing naval officer uniform, and then two well-dressed kind of suited attendants. And he steps out, and his attendants get busy carrying like some boxes and bags and stuff. And he heads straight for Captain Mitchell, and he says, nice to meet you. Hello. George Franklin. Happy to be aboard.
General?
So we get to it? Admiral, please.
Admiral, a promotion! Wonderful!
Generals aren't Navy.
Sure.
This guy.
It's,
Lachlan is sure there's been a typo and that he was told a general would be arriving. but just rolls with it. And is kind of like gesturing for everybody to, is like standing outside and gesturing for everybody to sort of make their way below decks, single file.
Good man, do you mind,
One at a time, everybody?
Yes, of course. Do you mind sending some crew out to help my, crew, as it were, with some of the things?
Oh, certainly. Marcus! Can I get you back out here?
Can I have some help, Captain? I'm not, it's a lot of bags, that's all I'm saying.
Lachlan will help. Sort of grudgingly picks up a box, but is like, this is fine.
Alright, cool. It carries stuff in. Phoebe, can you give me, like, a spot hidden check?
Yeah. That is a pass.
Hard pass? Or
Regular pass.
Regular pass. Yeah, so you see, what looks like an enormous amount of just, like, regular food, a lot of, like, fresh vegetables and stuff, and then you see some another crate, which is it's very heavy, and you don't remember specifically there being a lot of cargo attached to the manifest that you were sent with these people, so you're not really sure what's in it. But it's definitely not clothing or supplies. So you pop everything in the cargo hold, and as Captain Lachlan's looking around, he has all but one guest on his manifest. He is still missing somebody.
Now that I know everybody has arrived, Irina is going to step out of the shadows and make got one of those leathery briefcase things, satchel. She's walking on up, and just goes straight over and puts out a hand and a big old shake to Captain Mitchell.
Would you be Miss Thompson then?
That's correct. Thank you so much. On behalf of the U.S. government, shake you, allowing us your survey vessel.
Yes, of course. Anything for a country that took in a fellow like me.
Oh, okay. Very enthusiastic.
Izzy's still kind of hanging on by the entrance as she pulls up her Polaroid and snaps a picture. Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Izzy.
Oh, may I have that photograph?
I'm keeping it for my
She
it's in
the
the
photograph. Thank you so much. That's going to be a really lovely souvenir. And she's going to go.
We'll take some later.
Go down into the ship.
Alright then, all aboard! And I like to crawl down after everybody, and the second the hatch is sort of closed, from beneath his little captain's cap, an eye patch just comes down over one eye.
Incredible. Does Captain Lachlan want to hang out at this dock, or head for open waters as soon as he's got everyone aboard and figure it out from there?
Heading for, look, I've been hired to do a job, and now everybody's aboard, so we're gonna do the job.
Incredible. You can hear Marcus calls up to you. Alrighty, Captain?
Ready, Marcus?
Alright, let's get the fuck out of here! And you, from outside...
Everybody hang on to your butts!
Izzy looks at her butt. I'm not really sure how to do that.
You're all sitting in what essentially would be the officer's mess, so it's a little kitchen and some table and seating areas. And you can feel the engine sort of rev beneath you. And you hear, as the sub starts to drive off, the dock completely drenched in backwater. Just an entire wave. And you hear some fishermen go Lachlan! We've talked about this! Lachlan!
Lachlan is full of just like shoulders shaking, just so many chuckles.
Incredible. So you see that Admiral Franklin looks around. He's kind of a tall, dour, 70-year-old man, but still definitely fighting fit, and says, it's always good to have companions on a journey. He introduces himself to you all, and then also introduces his two companions. He has a Richard Thompson, who's this is my attaché secretary, and in all ways, my good right hand. This is Linda Wilson. She cooks, and I'm happy to meet you all. You mind introducing yourselves? I wasn't really aware we'd have company on this journey. I thought it was a privately hired vessel, but adaptable, as they are in the Navy.
Franklin? Admiral.
Admiral, yes.
You look familiar. Haven't I seen you before?
Well, I do frequent Miami from time to time, the officers' bars, but not sure I recognize you.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to Monty's Raw Bar?
No, of course not.
Delightful little tiki bar.
Give a psychology roll, either one of you.
Could we both do it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I got an 11.
Nice.
That's fun. Here you go. 70. Yeah,
I didn't know.
Okay. It makes sense to you that you were mistaken. He's an admiral. Why would he be in the shitty bars that you go to? Captain Lachlan knows he's seen this man at the raw bar. This man spends his time in these shitty bars with no friends, drinking alone. You were sure of this. He's lying through his teeth.
You must try it out.
I'm sure it's wonderful. Yes,
Absolutely delicious.
Accustom myself to the finer things of life, live long enough.
You'll not find anything finer than Monty's.
Of course, my mistake. I'll have to check it out next time I'm there. Absolutely. And then do you guys are?
Izzy St. Julien. I'm years of I'm doing research. So I'm just curious. If like in your position, think like any environmental reparations for all of the sludge and sewers and all of the pollution that you flew into the Gulf of Mexico. Like, do you?
You're aware this is a diesel sub, right? Like inherently. Pollution by existence, some things have a cost.
Yeah, I just mean like, if you're just like existing on the water the whole time, you kind of have a duty to the water, don't you? Doesn't the United States government have a duty
Absolutely, to serve and protect it, which we do admirably.
You're not protecting it.
Izzy's got a very popular podcast.
Yeah,
so what's a podcast? Have they been invented yet?
I forgot it was 1993 for a second. Very popular radio show.
Okay, Irina's gonna step in. The exuberance of the youth, am I right?
Indeed.
Hello,
ma'am.
Admiral. I am Irina Thompson. I'm here on behalf of the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Agency.
Oh, lovely. Yes.
It's a bit of government work myself.
You see Thompson whisper in the Admiral's ear. He goes, "Oh yes, of course, the Atmospheric Agency. Of course, lovely to meet. Lovely to meet.
Oh, so nice to meet you.
Of course. So alright, Nick. And I'm sure your crew is lovely. Met
The
them.
best.
Alright, shall we? We are proceeding. You're off. And he says, Captain, if I could speak to you privately, of course. So he takes him aside. And the sub is very small, so I want you to roll a listen.
The sub is very small,
I passed.
and
91.
Lachlan is
That's a
not
pass.
quiet.
Pass.
I passed.
Pass.
Fail.
Okay. Yeah, you put your headphones in. You put you got some tunes. It's obviously not super important.
Listen to this message.
He says, "Alright, Captain. Captain Mitchell. I heard your reputation is something of a purveyor and acquirer and befriender and hunter, all things of these nature, of the exotic and perhaps the imaginary."
It's just what people say about things they don't understand yet.
Exactly. And I have been given the rare opportunity to go on Yes. There is a beast that dwells within these waters,
Oh, I'm familiar.
which took from me my crew, and I mean to find the beast.
Oh, do you now?
Quite severely. Full capacity of my abilities.
Terribly ambitious of you.
That is said about me. Vicious man.
Yep. Could you give me one moment?
Oh, absolutely.
Lachlan is going to turn a corner, scream into the nearest open pipe, and then try to find a crew member as quickly as he can.
Yeah, cool. Let's say, since you're screaming into the pipes, a kind of an average height woman comes up to you. She's got kind of short black hair. And she says, "Captain, talk about this. Scream into the pipes to get into the atmosphere. If it gets into the atmosphere, I can't do my job because we'll die." Right? It was great.
Which one is
This is Grace Lou.
This is Grace Lou.
This is Grace Lou. Grace is responsible for the atmosphere, also colloquially known as the A gang in submarine parlance. Fun fact. Oxygen scrubbers not dying.
I appreciate your commitment to your job. We got bigger fish to fry.
Oh, love a fish fry, sir. What's on the menu?
Lionfish as usual, but that's not the point.
I'm making a lionfish steak. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to.
Nikki, get out of here!
Okay.
Got a gentleman of wood, determined to go on a bit of a monster hunt.
Oh no, not after the last one. Not after the last one.
So what we need to do is make sure he doesn't see a monster the whole time he's here.
Alright. It'll be good things. It's
Pass the word around.
no monster. Alright, we're gonna hunt a monster but not find it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Not finding monsters. Things you're very good at.
Well, exactly. That's why I'm delegating that role to you all.
Fair enough, sir.
The crew now.
No
I'm gonna
monster.
head back to.
We're gonna try to have Bernice not find a monster. Yes. Sir. The job is hard. Sometimes. Real dizzy.
You betcha. Alright. I'm gonna head back to where everybody else is.
Nick, having a very queasy stomach, knows where all the loos are in most places. Specifically seaside bars, but also submarines. He heads to the loo because, he has to go, but also he wants to talk to himself in the mirror a bit. Did I overhear what I think I did? The Helvetic ideal. It was supposed to be the stuff. But if I find it, I'm gonna be rich. I'm gonna be rich. I can retire. I can retire to a little shack off the coast of Miami.
Doesn't he already live in one of them?
Yeah, I never want to leave. And live out my days in luxury. And then he finishes what he's doing and
As a pig.
Great. Can you all three roll spot hidden checks for me? Not you.
Oh, no.
Not Lachlan. 81.
77.
I didn't pass.
Didn't pass.
Pass.
Okay. As you're kind of overhearing Lachlan and Franklin chat, you see Linda Wilson, the cook, the private chef, has walked off and kind of wandered off somewhere into the bowels of the ship. Okay, so all back together. So Franklin rejoins Izzy and Irina and says, everyone already going off? Or I guess we'll just sit here in excruciating silence for a bit.
It is kind of the way of subs.
Yeah.
Not much to do.
Some music?
Play some cards?
I would rather die.
Be careful what you wish for. He's going to find another pipe to scream into.
Yeah, so the sub is chugging along. You know that the Captain Lachlan has been primarily engaged to deal with former Rear Admiral Franklin's job and his request. But several of these have things that you want to be doing otherwise. Have a second to kind of wander around the ship, to take a second. What are you gonna do in this moment?
So Izzy kind of needs to get a read on everyone she's in a space with.
Mm-hmm.
So I think first of all, she's gonna kind of sidle up to Irina and just take her headphone off of her single ear. So the ocean and atmospheric. What do you do?
I'm gathering numbers and information. I have equipment. We're basically just going to do some Doppler type effects in the ocean and see how many fish are in any given area.
You're doing a population count of the Bermuda Triangle?
Correct.
That's... Oh, gosh. How long have you been doing?
I've been with the agency for about a decade.
Cool. Do you, ever smile?
When I am amused.
Cool, I'll talk to you later. Puts her headphone back on and just kind of starts wandering the ship, trying to find all the portholes and all the windows she can see what she can see.
There are none.
Cool, awesome.
There are none. Fun fact: in a ship, there is in a submarine there is sonar. At least in a former military submarine, which this sub definitely is not at all in any way a decommissioned World War II submarine. Definitely not. That would be...
I wouldn't even get one of those.
They've all been sold for scrap and definitely torn apart.
Irina 100% believes that.
Amazing. So you're
Lachlan starts sweating a little bit.
Lachlan, are you going up to the command deck and kind of seeing what's going on?
Yeah.
So you get there. It's pretty smooth sailing for most of this journey. You do know the area that you're going to is Libra's teeth, which is definitely not fit for submarines. It is going to take some very careful, delicate navigating and to check things out.
Complete faith in my.
The sonar man Diaz is kind of hunched over in her seat. She's too tall for a submarine, but desperately wants to be a sonar technician, and you were the only one who would take her. So she's like curled up in her seat, going like, Captain, are you sure these maps are, this is gonna be tight.
Let's take a look, shall we? Can I examine the maps and see?
Yeah, absolutely.
Kind of what we're dealing with.
So you look at the maps. It's a lot of like very calculated and careful turns. You're just gonna need to be, very precise and kind of not deviate too much from the general chart you're supposed to be going on. So as that's happening, everyone's kind of getting ready, pre-checks. Sophia says, "So, no monsters on this trip, Captain."
Yes, we're going to do our very best to make sure that doesn't happen. It'd be terribly rude to disturb them. Look, you know as well as I know, that we don't bother them, they don't bother us, but this guy seems pretty intent on making a bother. So...
Sammy's gonna be sad, man. Let's go visit Sammy. We whipped up the chum bucket special.
We're gonna have to visit Sammy another time. Sammy's not gonna appreciate it much if we come over and start wrecking shit. Just get us through this labyrinth as best you can. It's gonna be even sadder if we make it.
So you're with the crew. You're wandering. What's Nick doing?
So Nick's face is kind of suctioned to a porthole, and he's like watching all the different fish go by, and the fish before his very eyes turn to dollar signs, different dollar signs, because Nick can see an exotic fish and know exactly what price it's going to be on the black market. So Nick is just sitting there, eyes wide, looking at the different fish. Ooh. There's a zebra plecos. Oh, that's easily 20,000. Ooh, look. There's a dwarf pufferfish. Easily 10,000. And so he's trying to figure out ways that he can get the rest of the crew to be potentially on board with acquiring some deep sea fish.
Yeah, you definitely see a couple people wandering around. Are you trying to find one who looks approachable, or try to find who are you looking for? Is anyone opportunistically?
Well, he kind of wants to talk to Izzy, but he's very shy about it.
Well, lucky for him, Izzy's been wandering around desperately trying to find a porthole. And she sees Nick, whose face is pressed against one, and gets way too close to him.
The just one porthole that Lachlan did specifically make sure that
yes,
like this is custom fit. It is not supposed to be here. It is the only window.
Izzy almost shoves Nick out of the way. Oh my god, you found the only porthole on this submarine!
Hi, I'm Nick. I'm you know that. I listen to your radio show every week. I never missed it.
Oh, so you're like that one. Oh my god.
Yeah,
that's you?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm
Angler Dad.
Oh, yeah, you've come in a couple times. Actually.
Yeah.
You haven't been able to get through lately, though, right?
Yeah. you know a lot about fish, and I know a lot about fish, so,
Yeah.
do you want to share this portal with me, or?
Yeah, why not? You know, like, we're on this trip, like, yeah, I mean, what are you seeing out there? Like, anything good?
Oh, yeah, you know, that's a ribbon eel. You know those?
Yeah, I've seen ribbon eels before.
I like eels a lot.
Cool. I'm more into squids, but, like, you do you.
One time I think I saw a giant squid.
Think you saw a giant
I
squid?
was very faint, but I was on a...
You've been to Japan?
Once.
As you guys are fumbling, as you guys are doing this, you can see...
I'm just walking and standing nearby, just going like, ew.
You see Richard Thompson kind of walk up and just go,
Hi.
Linda's prepared some brunch if you guys would care to partake. Admiral Franklin has graciously extended the offer to the rest of the crew. If you'd be interested. Ooh, damn.
Yeah, I'd love to.
Sure. I'm starving.
Yeah, you see like a spread of everything laid out. I know. Is Irina here as well? Or has she been walking around? What's she been doing?
I was gonna just quickly, while everyone makes their way to the mess, can I wait for them to get a few beats ahead of me?
Absolutely.
Okay, and when I feel confident that they are well out of shot, I'm going to go into my satchel and grab my fancy, what I assume essentially is going to be like whatever the highest tech version of the early cell phone that she could have had. Proprietary.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Pulls out the antenna.
Pulls out the antenna and does just a really quick Nightingale's mother hen. Nightingale's mother hen. There are monsters that we're going to resort to and put the phone away.
Yeah. You don't hear any crackle response right then, but
okay.
You feel confident your signal's been received.
And I will enter to the mess with everyone else.
Can I make a roll to, like, notice that? Because Lachlan would be attempting to be very aware of where Irina is at all
Absolutely,
times.
yes. Lachlan, no one would call Lachlan paranoid, ever.
That'd be crazy. Which he definitely isn't. That is a spot hidden pass.
Was it a hard pass?
Regular pass.
Regular pass? I didn't call it. So yeah, let's say that you do see Irina pull out something and talk on the headset, but you don't hear what she says. Yeah, so you see a mess. Everyone can dig in. So you see that some of the crew members aren't there. You assume some people are still kind of like running the engines. But yeah, you've got a moment in kind of open waters. Do you call down for the people on the dock? Is there the command deck as well to come have some brunch, or kind of they were stay there?
I mean, well, not Diaz, because she's got a very difficult job right now. I think Lachlan will bring her a plate, but everyone else could come down and get some brunch.
Incredible. Yeah. So you guys dig in. It's a fine spread of like granola and like pancakes. A lot of stuff that can be like reheated easily. It seems like they brought brunch on board and it's sort of just like heated it back up.
Are the plates like is it like nice?
Oh yeah. They brought a lot of stuff.
I think Lachlan's gonna pick up one of the plates and be like, "It'll be so heavy."
Yeah. So as you guys are eating, Izzy, can you give me a spot hidden?
I just want to say she's also just eating a plate of a dry granola because it's the only vegan thing she can find. That's a 97.
Oh no. Alright, cool. Can I have Nick and Lachlan spot? Actually, everyone will spot hidden except for Izzy.
Well, that's a hard pass.
Hard pass?
The task.
That's a crazy success. I got a 3.
Oh, incredible. So as everyone's eating, Irina, you kind of have a weather eye on these things. You can kind of see kind of catty corners of the mess, this lone porthole. And he's just like a giant gelatinous eye sort of like glom its way over the porthole and just kind of like look directly at you, and you don't. You're the first one to see this, but it's not that this is a creature that has a large eye that's come alongside the sub. This is an eye that has walked along the side of the sub and has attached itself to the portal. And you can see the edges of it sort of. So we need a sanity check from you, first.
Fair. Okay. Oh no.
You've heard that they're monsters, and you sort of internalized that there are monsters. But it is deep down, like somewhere in the depths of your soul, you're not expecting to see monsters necessarily, so you let out what for you was a very uncharacteristic shriek. You just go, involuntarily. Give me an intelligence roll.
Okay, that's a solid pass.
Oh no, you do not want to pass your intelligence rolls.
Oh
so,
shoot!
Right, because so for the way insanity works, you fail your sanity check, and then you roll to see if you comprehend the chaos.
Oh.
And you're like, oh no, that's bad. Can you roll a d4 for me?
1.
So subtract 1 from your current sanity, and keep track of what your initial sanity was. Because if you lose more than 1/5 of your sanity in a given day, you go sort of perpetually mad. So you can that can happen if you lose more than 5 points at any given moment, or if you lose more than 1/5 in total. So there's a couple ways to go crazy in this game. So as Irina lets out her eep of surprise, Nick, Franklin, and Lachlan all see this eye at the same time. I'm gonna. No, you.
Roll my luck check.
You know who this is.
Okay, is this Sammy?
This is Sammy. Sammy.
Can I make a roll to try to communicate to Sammy to like get out?
Yeah, absolutely.
Bad news aboard.
We need a sanity check from Nick though, who does not. This is. You know enough about fish to know that this is something.
I did not pass.
Okay, cool. Give me an intelligence.
Okay. I failed.
Oh,
Yeah.
Which is difficult because
Yeah.
Nick is very smart.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just think, oh, it's a desiccated sunfish. You know, these are massive fishes, but they don't really have a lot of propulsion. So when they die, they float to the top and float and molder, and they sink back. And it's a very sticky corpse. It just attaches itself to the side of the ship. That's fine. So Franklin also sees this. Franklin passes the sanity check and thinks, that's not the beast I've come for.
Oh, thank God. Well, I think Lachlan does not know this though, and so would probably still like
communicate.
Would like to sort of distract the admiral and be like, yeah, that's that admiral. Would you like to come check out the sonar room? Perhaps we can find that beast you're looking for.
He gives the eyeball, like, a really hard stare.
I would like to step in, and then Lachlan tries to, like, step between him and the eyeball.
It, like, squishes offendingly at you. Sammy.
Lachlan, by the way, has just, like, the whitest smile you've ever seen. Just the smile of a man who definitely flosses every day.
Sure, yes, anything to aid us on our hunt for this beast.
Of course! Right this way?
So is this a temporary insanity?
No, so you have to lose... How many sanity points do you start out with?
I have 40.
40, so you'd have to lose... What's 1/5 of 40? 8?
8.
You'd have... Once you lose 8 total,
Okay.
or if when you roll for sanity damage, you lose 5 or more,
Okay.
then something would happen.
And on my way out, I would like to make a plate for DS. Because we're going to the sonar room.
Yeah, Richard Thompson and the cook kind of remain behind, but Franklin, follows you.
So I'm just still in the window?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I would like to, without asking, go into Izzy's bag and get the Polaroid, and I'm going to snap a quick picture.
Yeah, absolutely. Izzy, if you don't do anything to stop her.
Can Sammy be photographed? We're about to find
Find
out.
I'm gonna try.
I think Izzy definitely has her headphones on right now because she's munching on granola. Roll a spot hidden to she notices.
Give me a pickpocketing.
Okay.
Yeah, I think pickpocketing is a skill, right?
Yes, like a sleight of.
Let's call it sleight of hand.
Or a stealth. I did stealth. I didn't do sleight of hand.
Do stealth then. I love Call of Cthulhu's systems, but sometimes they get a little specific. You can push it, so you can still grab for it.
Okay.
Or I'm
gonna push.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna
So if you grab it,
even if she sees it, I don't care.
Yeah, she's gonna it's gonna notice, and it's gonna look like you're trying to take it versus taking it. You know what I mean?
That's fine. I didn't pass again, and I have a decent one.
Yeah, you go for it, and you definitely see her going for it.
Hey, what's going on?
Just a moment, thank you. And I'm still just gonna go. You just saw it. It'll just
I'm following her.
That's fine.
The audacity.
Take that picture.
That is my camera.
I know.
You can't just touch my stuff.
It's for the U.S. government. Thank you so much for your service.
I don't care. That is my personal property. You don't have the right to do that. You don't have a search warrant.
Okay.
Are you gonna show her the picture once it develops?
No. I don't think I would.
I've taken 2 of my pieces of film now. I do expect them back.
You can make a monetary reimbursement request with the U.S. government. I have a form if you like it.
Do I look like I fill out forms?
Okay.
Holding her camera in disbelief and kind of just sulks back to the mess.
Do you look through the porthole? You see,
yes.
watch what she's looking at the picture. You kind of see Sammy has started to sort of glom off, but you kind of see him have you ever seen a mussel when their foot comes out and it kind of so Sammy's got one of those attached to his eyeball and it's sort of dragging across the glass as the eyeball pushes itself along the sub.
I hate that.
I know, right?
Izzy presses her whole face against the portal. She's oh my god. We're in some interesting waters now.
Nick is wondering what all the fuss about a dead sunfish is. Demon's lionfish. He's got some strong mandibles.
Incredible. I feel like Izzy still needs to give me a sanity check,
That's
though it's delightful.
She's so excited about it, but it doesn't mean she's sane. She is sane though.
Yeah, she's
passes.
so delighted. She passes that. Yeah. Incredible. As you're walking back to the mess, you can feel. Did you put it in your pocket, in your bag?
I think I probably would have put it in the bag. Both pictures.
You can start to smell smoke. And it seems like the photo has started to combust.
Okay, if I smell smoke, can I go out and
you grab it. Yeah, so the photo is entirely ablaze. And let's see. Roll me a luck check.
Okay. I think it's another 0, so 8.
Oh, incredible.
Yeah, Middle dice.
Okay, yeah, you're able to extinguish it before the smoke gets to the smoke suppression system.
Okay.
So you don't set off the fire alarm. But you do hear kind of in the distance of kind of a low voice say, I smelled some smoke. Captain, is that you?
I'm appalled. Who's this speaking?
This is Martin. This is the engineer.
I'm appalled, man.
We talked, we can summon the things with the incense. I just have to know. No, it's okay. Yeah, look, just so you understand.
I wanna find Martin and clap.
Martin's, in the bowels of the ship.
God.
Yes. Shh. Sorry, can't hear you, Captain. Are you trying? Look, it's okay. If we need to do it, just you gotta let me know. Last time there were too many of them. Yeah? Yeah, Captain?
It would be most advisable if we continued this conversation once I get to you.
That's okay. I have something I want to show you anyway, Captain.
Ah, very good. So now it's just down that way. Would you mind taking this plate to Diaz? It's a good lad.
This is the first time that Admiral Franklin has been asked to do anything like this in maybe 20 years. I'm not even sure he remembers how to hold a plate a little bit, because that's how uncomfortable he is. But he just...
Yep, just gonna claps him on the back and walks off.
And I quickly follow, but I don't want to be seen. Can I try to just follow behind?
If you're trying not to be seen, give me a stealth, but it's a very small submarine, so...
Right. I'm just gonna quickly go behind this.
And try to follow me.
Success.
Who are you trying to follow?
The captain.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do I roll against that, or?
No. Yeah, give me a listen. So we'll say since you're so paranoid.
A listen or a spot?
Are you... Either one.
That's a regular pass. That's a 40.
40, and then you...
I had a 54.
Was that a regular pass, too?
Yes.
So we both tied, and in this case, I'm gonna say the attacker, who is the stealth, is gonna win that one. So you maintain your unnotice, and you follow Captain Lachlan. So you descend deeper into the bowels of the ship. It gets much darker and much there's a lot of readouts, there's a lot of engines. You see the two massive diesel engines just like chugging along. There's massive battery banks. And you see hunched over the engines a massive van. This is Ben Martin. He likes to sit here and work on his engines. He's very happy here.
All right. What's happening, Benjamin?
Well, we're still floating. Well,
that's good.
We're sinking, but floating at the same time. It's
You
maintaining
want to
buoyancy. But I thought you should know that some people have been wandering around back here. I don't know if you allowed that. I figured you had. You keep a type ship, so I just sort of assumed everything was fine and didn't question anything.
Who's been wandering around?
Kind of wearing a suit person. They were a human in a suit. I know, didn't really differentiate.
You know, Benjamin, I know we've been talking about this, but you really do need to start working on your observational skills, especially when it comes to people's faces. I understand it's tricky for you, but I really think that it's going to just, it's really going to help you in the long run if you put in the time. You've been tested. We know you're not face blind.
You sort of just paid a guy to tell me I wasn't face blind.
He was completely reputable. Benjamin, do you think I would do that to you? Benjamin. Your silence hurts more than your words ever could. Would you say tall or short?
Medium.
So who does this most closely resemble so far? Like Thompson and Wilson were the people who work for him in suit that are.
So you think this is so both people working for Franco are wearing suits. So there's a chance of being them. And then as far as I know, no one else was wearing suits except for Franklin.
Okay. So the two, I feel like I've had eyes on Franklin pretty solidly for a while. Not Thompson or Wilson. Do you remember the last direction they went in? Come on, Benjamin.
Toward the air scrubbers, I think. The Atmo. Atmo's that way, right?
Atmo is that way.
That way.
Pat him on the back and hand him a hard candy.
He says, Captain, Thanks, Captain.
We appreciate the effort you're putting in to be better.
Someday these engines are gonna crash and I won't be here, Captain. Someday. But not today.
Well, I would hate for that day to be today. Also be very confusing because you're here right now. But
I'm just trying to say I'm good at this thing, Captain. I'm
Yes.
trying.
Yes,
well,
we-
you know.
Oh.
Trying.
Benjamin,
Doing my best.
and I do not want to be misconstrued. I appreciate that too. You would not be on this ship if you weren't the best there is. Every person on this vessel absolutely blows me away every single day. I'm so proud to know every single one of you.
Well, it does hit him a little bit inside.
I hand him another hard candy. And I head off in the direction of Atmo.
You can see there's like a jar just filled with like uneaten hard candies. He just like puts those two in.
They're fully loose. They're not in wrappers.
Just like picks a pocket lint off and then puts it in his jar.
I mean, it should be clear, like, they don't come directly out. There is like a container that he has them in, but he doesn't give him the whole container. He gives like one out of the little container and then puts the thing. Yeah. Very, very similar. Heads on tap.
Yeah, you see, Grace, who is, kind of like flipping switches, and goes, "Hey, Captain Lund, anyone wander around here these days?"
Absolutely not, and I'm appalled anyone would make that assumption.
Yeah, sorry. We know now, I guess.
You guys have got to be telling me these things sooner. Did you at least, when you saw the person, instruct them that these are not for non-crew members? These parts of the sub.
Well, I kind of came up as they were coming. I came down as they were coming up because I came to go talk to you because you were screaming into the exhaust pipes again.
Yes, fair
Talked
enough.
about it.
Fair enough.
And it's like, you know, last week, you brought like a desiccated anglerfish and 3 things I cannot identify, and you told us they were your new best friends and we should call them Patrick collectively. The collective Patrick.
Their name's a Patrick.
It was. So what I'm saying is, if a human woman walks past me, I assume, well, it could be worse, and don't ask questions. Anyway, like,
Humans are a lot less hard to control, a lot more hard to control, let me tell you that. Which direction did they go in? And also, what did they look like?
sorry, I was just having flashbacks to the slime I had to take out of the compartment when Patrick, I don't even, sats not or oozed, existed.
Patrick's not even on the sub anymore. We don't need to be focusing in on Patrick.
You know, you're right, Captain.
Patrick has been returned
I'm sorry.
to their home, and likely won't be seeing them anytime soon because it's very difficult to get there in the first place. So, where did they go and what do they look like?
Kind of a medium, womanish looking person.
It's more information than Benjamin gave me.
Wearing a suit.
Incredible.
Never seen them before in my life. They left stuff here. Can you?
What did they leave?
It's like they hand you like a dented like canteen water bottle and say, I don't mind your friends wandering around, but trying to keep a clean environment in here. Keep the air clean, the area clean. You know.
Sorry, which crew member is this again?
This is Grace.
As she's kind of going on, I want to like put a hand over her shoulder, like, Grace,
Clean. Gotta be clean.
appreciate everything you do. And I'm gonna. Is it just the canteen that was left?
Yeah, just a canteen.
I'm gonna take canteen and go in the direction that she indicated the person.
She calls after you. I heard you say that to Ben. You said the same
It
thing to
doesn't make
Ben.
it any less true.
She had like an angry thunk from the like the air conditioning. Like she's like flipped the switch. Yeah. So
You're all the best.
Yeah, Cap. Do I get a candy? Why do I not get a candy?
Pours a couple candies into her hand.
Thanks, Cap.
You can always have a candy.
So Lachlan's gonna come back.
When where that came from?
Yeah. So at the same time, Irina has been following this. You've just been kind of observing this. Anything you want to do?
I'm just trying to like match footsteps, so it just sounds like one person's walking, the captain's walking, and just quietly listen to everything.
Yeah. So you hear this about the
Good
canteen.
ideas always are very echoey.
And definitely some interesting information about the kind of people that Lachlan's been allowing on this ship. Foreign nationals, maybe? Who's to say?
Or
And
maybe some sort of hypothesis about Linda and what she's up to in the ship.
truly. There's definitely, if you wanted to, kind of like duck and hide so that Lachlan would walk past you as he was returning and like remain in the area, you could, or you could just continue to like follow him out as he turns around.
I want to go in the direction of atmosphere.
Yeah, cool.
Is that the direction the captain's going?
So basically, the ship has kind of the living quarters up here, and everything's like command deck, mess and stuff, and then below it is the engine's atmosphere battery, torpedo room, that sort of thing. So there's only one gangway, so you would have to kind of hide, because he's coming, there's only one way, so he's coming back the way he came. So you could either
hide then. I'll try to hide.
Absolutely. You already gave us a stealth. Well, yeah, give me another stealth just because you're trying to do it, like, an additional hide. You definitely push that if you wanted to, like, really contort yourself, but if you failed, you probably were going to fall out somewhat embarrassingly right in front of him.
That is acceptable. Pass.
Okay, yeah, so you like, tuck yourself into a locker, and, like, hold your breath.
Okay.
As Lachlan, like, kind of walks past a bit. Incredible.
Power walk.
Oh, this was a pose last time. Alright, give me a listen to catch her,
Yeah, listen makes sense. Listen is not, that's not.
Okay, yeah, so you don't hear Irina, contorted in this closet, yeah. So,
Lachlan is deaf in one ear.
Yeah, so you see an eye patch kind of, like, wander past your field of vision, and Lachlan's back up on deck. So you are now free to, you'd have to walk past, Ben, I guess you walk past Ben to see, so you're, like, kind of in atmosphere, so you see Grace, and she's, like, flipping away at switches and coming to herself. So you could continue to walk, you could talk to her, you could continue to walk further down into the rest of the ship, like past the batteries and the torpedo tubes and stuff, and examine that, like the cargo holds over here as well.
Did I see which way was pointed for where I think it's that had gone?
So Linda, Grace said that she saw Linda coming up to the passenger quarters as Grace was coming down after talking to Lachlan.
No one saw where she was when she was down.
No. So Ben knows that she went to Atmo at least, but they don't know. She could have gone anywhere in this chunk of the ship.
And so I'm adjacent to Atmo. We're not in Atmo.
You're in Atmo now, but Atmo connects to the batteries, to the torpedo tubes, to the cargo hold.
I want to do a quick sweep then to see if I can see anything that she might have left behind or any evidence of what she had done down there.
Yeah, absolutely. Give me a spot hidden.
I'm so nice today. That's a critical success.
Wow!
It's a 6%.
Okay.
Yeah.
The 6 was very close to a 0.
Yeah.
So for a second it was like, oh no, wait, that's 100.
Yeah.
No, it's a 6.
Incredible. Okay, so yeah, you take a chance. You walk through several rooms. I'm a crit. Like you're gonna find out a lot of information. So you have time because you're alone here to really kind of go through things. So as you're walking through Atmo, it has a lot of like the life support system. So a lot of like the oxygen scrubbers, a lot of the sort of like gas, like electrical engineering stuff that like isn't attached to the motor, but it's attached to like the crew staying alive, sort of. You see that it looks like you kind of see some like scuffs around the water tank area. It looks like that's been someone has kind of like forced it open a little bit, like hit on it a little bit. It's they look recent, but it's a little hard to tell exactly what happened there. As you're walking through, you see some trunks and stuff that belong to, you recognize from the cargo that got brought on from Captain Franklin, or from Admiral Franklin. You see that it's people responsible for shipping manifests when they leave, even private crews. And you do think it's more than initially was listed on the shipping manifest. There's a couple extra crates. But you'd have to kind of go in and check those. When you're rifling through it, you open one of the crates and you find a kind of a miniaturized torpedo that's clearly will fit in these submarine torpedoes. It's just sort of like shortened, so it's a shorter range torpedo. It doesn't have a lot of propellant power on it, but certainly enough to be launched from a submarine. And then as you're walking through, you discover that Lachlan has been shockingly lying through his teeth, and this is 100% decommissioned World War II military sub, because there are the torpedo tubes, absolutely right there, and they appear to be filled with something, and yeah, this is definitely, you're not sure if it's still illegal for him to have this, but it's certainly not what he's been telling everyone he's had.
He's in a gray area?
So, who's piloting the submersible again?
The submarine?
Yeah, the submarine.
The submarine it's the, Sophia Diaz and,
okay.
Marcus Johnson, who are, up there running the things.
Okay, so is Admiral Franklin still holding a plate of food to give to Diaz, just staring at it?
Yeah, this is, kind of, yeah. Yeah, we're kind of going through. So we'll leave Irina with the subs and pop back up on top deck. So Franklin has walked and given this plate. He's like, I have a plate of food. There are two of you. And Sophia says, that one's for me. Marcus doesn't mind going and getting his own food. And Marcus says, She's not wrong. She's not wrong. But hey, and so Sophia just holds out her hand, and Captain Franklin just puts the plate in her hands. And then were you following Captain Franklin as well? Are you?
Yeah, Nick wants to slink off to where the pilots are.
Okay, yeah, excellent. So you're kind of following in as Captain or as Admiral Franklin walks in. So you see this as well. Yeah, so you're kind of all just hanging out on the bridge in the control room. Is there anything specific you want to do while you're here? What are you looking for?
Nick wants to persuade the pilots to let him take part in driving. Because, he has very specific reasons for doing it. Is that something that he can roll for?
Yeah, the answer is yes. Okay, yeah, so you're sitting there, and you see Sophia turn to Nick and say, hey, Nick, I haven't seen you on board, but, I have heard the captain say things about you.
All good
Hello.
things, I hope.
Hi, yes. Hello.
Hi. Are you gonna eat that?
Yes. Yes.
All right. Can I roll to persuade you to let me eat it?
What are you gonna tell me to give you this food? What are you gonna tell me?
That right there is meant to be enjoyed on a full stomach. So you have to eat something first to eat it. That's just how that delicacy works.
Yeah, give me a hard persuasion roll. It'd be charm or fast talk, whichever one you have.
I have
multiple variants you could have gone with.
I have persuade.
Yeah. Roll me a hard persuade. He goes, yeah, that's look, the captain sometimes brings some interesting cuisine around, but not heard of a food you gotta eat before you eat.
Alright, well,
you know what I mean?
Fair enough. Well, since I'm here,
never heard of an amuse bouche?
Since I'm here, there's a great view of all the different fish here. You only get a really, really small view when you're in the main area of the submarine. So I was just hoping I could, sit and maybe.
He says, well, Marcus is the one steering over there. I've got the sonar. You want to pull the sonar screens? He pulls down and just
would
look
I?
at these. And you see a bunch of little red dots just floating around. Just God, that's a school right there. You can see a school of fish here, and a school of fish here, and a school of fish here. and a skull of fish here, and that's a rock right there. It's another rock. And a skull of fish here, and a fish here, and there's a fish here, a fish here, and a fish here, and there's a fish here.
We're getting closer. I see, you gotta, so, I'm interested in, the way that certain fish reproduce. And, usually stronger magnetic fields lead to more, reproduction. You gotta, can I check out your, magnetic fields reader? You got one of those?
Is this a come on? Sorry, I'm a little confused.
I am attractive. But, no, it's not. I was just, I was just hoping I could, just be in charge of the magnetic field reader, because, it just fascinates me, Bermuda Triangle is supposed to be the strongest magnetic fields in this part of the world.
For the record, Nick is very average looking.
Sophia says, I mean, I guess it's not like we're really using it at the moment.
Yeah, it's kind of dusty.
Yeah, I can't. Marcus, this is a bad idea? Marcus says, I mean, look, we let Patrick try it last week. And he was like, alright.
Patrick was a natural.
Alright,
he says, alright. You sit down, there's like a little bit of like unidentifiable slime on it that's like attracted with dust. Just like wipe it off. Oh, give me a constitution check right there. Absolutely.
Oh, hard pass.
It's a 3!
Oh. Wow, incredible. Oh, okay, incredible.
Nick has a stomach made of scrap metal.
Yeah, so you like lick that and you feel like a giant like surging and bubbling in your gut and just the most enormous burp comes out of your mouth. Just like echoes. And you feel incredible. Like you feel way better.
I feel as though I will never be seasick again.
Patrick was really something special.
Wow. Okay, now? Okay. Woo, alright. Clear head. Okay, yeah, thank you so much. I will man the magnetic fields indicator over here. Just don't mind me at all.
Incredible.
I'm feeling great.
So you look at the magnetic fields, kind of out of the back of, as you're like looking at this magnetic field, you can hear Sophia go, Sammy! There you are! Franklin go over to Marcus and say, I understand we've seen one eye, but I feel like we haven't quite spotted what we're looking for. You'll excuse the pun.
Do I hear them?
Yeah.
Okay, do I have to roll to hear them? Or?
No, this is like, they're just talking in the British,
Okay.
yeah. Yes, here, thought of before. I'm wondering if, we're on our way to the teeth, but do we have an estimated time of arrival? A limited window of success here. And Marcus says, 3 hours before you asked. It's 3 hours now. We'll get there when we get there, sir. And Admiral says, very well. And sits in what would be Captain Lachlan's chair.
Oh.
And sits watching.
It's fine.
And so one of the mechanics of monsters is once you see them, when you see them again, whatever your kind of previous assumption will hold for them until they've done something different. So you would still see the sunfish eye.
Nick didn't see it though.
Yeah,
I saw it as a dead sunfish.
Oh, right.
because he passed a sanity check.
Yeah.
So if someone pointed it out to you and said, "Behold, Sammy," it might be different, but right now, yeah. So you hear this and you're like, we heard about a fuss over a dead sunfish.
A lot of dead sunfish around here. Alright, well.
You guys are hanging out. Izzy. What's she doing?
Gonna go find the captain, because she spent a lot of time at the single porthole, and as an observational scientist, she's a little concerned about the state of her research. So she's on a mission to find Lachlan.
Yeah, as you're walking around, you basically run right straight into him coming out from the lower depths.
Oh, Izzy! Hi! I just wanted to talk to you, actually. I was just looking, I was looking through the porthole here, and I mean, I'm sure that your ship is, really well equipped for research and all that, and that the university...
Actually.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm sure the university, matched me up with, exactly what I would need to, fulfill my research, but...
Academia is reliable that way.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm just curious, I'm an observational, scientist, well, I'm a PhD student, but, soon-to-be scientist, and I just... is there any better place to see anything? I'm looking for bioluminescence here. I'm not going to be able to see it if I don't,
Can you give me a spot
see
in?
it. Yeah. That's a hard pass.
Oh, you look at the canteen that Captain Lachlan's holding. Wouldn't you know it? A little glowing stuff coming out the edges.
What's that?
Well, I'm hoping to find out myself. Have you seen Miss Thompson pass by here?
I mean, a little bit ago, she, stole my camera and then, took a
No,
picture.
the other one.
Oh, there's another
No,
one?
oh wait, Miss Wilson.
Which one's that?
The Schiff, I believe?
Oh. I mean, last I saw her, she was, in the mess, I think. I was meaning to talk to her, actually, about the menu. But, I haven't really seen her since. Also, how did you lose your eye?
Lifts up the eye badge. The eye is still there.
Oh. What? Why then?
You can never be too careful. I'm going to go find Miss Wilson, and perhaps we have a common cause here if we want to
Can
find
I
out
go
what
with
this
you?
is. Right this way. Just gonna keep... So, Miss Wilson? Did I say the name wrong again?
Nope, Wilson.
Okay.
Linda Wilson.
Linda Wilson.
You see her kind of elbow deep in dishes, just kind of scrubbing away.
Hello there, Miss Wilson.
Ah, Captain!
What member of my crew noticed that you might have left this behind in a different part of the sun? Does this belong to you?
Sorry, no? Sorry, all my dishes are here.
Roll psychology.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh no.
Also, no points.
You
can
can also
also
roll
roll
it
it,
too.
yeah, you can
I
also
also have
roll it.
no points in it. That's a no.
We can also, if you want, you can also roll a hard intelligence if you wanted to as well. That can sometimes be.
I'll try that.
Yeah. I love Call of Cthulhu, but sometimes its specificity can be a little bit hard.
Also not a pass.
Oh, what?
So 100.
Alright, you get to keep that, unless you're gonna push it.
No, I'm keeping that. I think it... Yeah, I'm keeping that. That makes sense.
Ben is good at many things. Ben is not good at faces. It could have been anyone in this ship at this point. You're just not sure. Yeah, she does not, no. Sorry, I don't recognize it.
But you haven't been into other parts of the ship, just this one?
No, just here. I mean, I went to the bathroom a little bit, but that was...
No problem. And what about your friend, Mr. Thompson?
Mr. Thompson? For sure.
Might this be his?
No, I don't think so. He's very particular about his dishware. It looks a little canteen,
Yes, hence the confusion.
Do you guys label anything? I mean, you work in a mess hall, and there's a lot of people going in and out here.
No, sorry, I don't work in a mess
allergies.
hall.
Oh,
Excuse me. I'm so sorry. Totally understand that mistake. But no, I'm a private chef. I work exclusively
chef.
for the Admiral.
Oh, okay, cool. So you're just not taking the dietary restrictions of anyone else into account?
I feel like that would be accurate summation of the events, but
I'm just a little concerned, because, we have a lot of different people on this ship and a lot of different needs, I'm sure, and I mean, I only eat a plant-based, dairy-free, animal product-free vegan diet, and, we're gonna be here for a while, so, I want to make sure that I have, sufficient nutrition that I need to, do my project.
And I'm sure others feel the same.
Just the thing.
Oh, great.
Giant thing of oatmeal. Does it have milk in it? It's raw oats. Nothing but the oats.
Cool. Awesome. I am sure you are so good at your job. And I will not do that, but thank you. Time.
While they're talking, can I make some kind of try to sniff the canteen or what? Like some kind of check to
Yeah,
try to see if I
absolutely.
can know if I'm familiar with whatever this is.
You can be a nature check of some kind.
Oh, I do have natural world.
Nice.
Yeah, that counts.
Yeah, it's a pass.
It's a pass. Yeah, this looks like some very classic, like, plankton-y bioluminescence. But I'm actually gonna need a constitution check from, Irina, from Nick, and from Lachlan. Oh, not Lachlan, sorry. Irina and Nick.
Wait.
Sorry,
Not Nick.
not Nick,
Okay,
Lachlan,
okay.
and Irina.
Ooh, did not pass that.
Pass.
Okay. Incredible. So you're continuing to explore the hole. We'll pop back to you in just a sec. As you sniff this, start to feel like really woozy, just for a second. And you're like,
Put the cat back on it. Anybody else smell that?
Izzy leans in, kind of like try and sniff it.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold it out to her.
She takes like a big whiff.
give me a constitution check.
Sure.
That is 100.
Cool. Yeah, you take a big whiff and pass out. And just down.
Lachlan looks dead into Miss Wilson's eyes. Here, I thought I looked silly.
Do you catch her?
She is on the ground before Lachlan has registered that she is falling.
Oh, dear.
Gotta hook that canteen to my belt well away from my sniffers.
Okay. Sniffers.
Sniffers. And I would like to sort of like fan in front of Izzy's face. What's Izzy's last name?
St. Julien.
St. Julien. Gosh, that's a mouthful. Just kind of like fan of her face, trying to wake her up.
Yeah, you come to like reluctantly, but like something is off. Something is.
God. Okay. What was that?
Yeah. Give me a luck check. So, as a traveler of the horrors and monstrosities, Captain Lachlan has a luck chance to have encountered something before.
Okay.
This would have to be an extreme luck check.
Okay. They don't write those out on the sheet, so I
Right.
don't know what's a fifth of 85.
Wow.
17?
That sounds right.
I think that's right.
Yeah.
17.
Nice job.
That's a
Hell
6.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ! Yeah, so you have, actually, you know what, I'm gonna do my favorite part.
Ooh. Oh, I love it when they do this.
Yeah.
What? What a roll. Talk about luck.
Captain Lachlan is very lucky.
Call him Captain Lachlan.
Get some spicy dice today. Spicy dice.
Yeah, those are good.
I know. Metal dice?
Those metal dice are the spiciest dice I've ever seen. They either hate you or love you.
Yes, it's also like me.
There you go.
More information.
It was a good roll.
Like, does that happen? Like, is that now happens to both of us? Or
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I guess Lachlan wouldn't know. But...
Like, it's definitely, like, I can tell it's definitely happened.
Yeah. You got,
I'm getting stressed.
Yeah. I didn't like that use of definitely.
Fair enough.
And we're gonna pause and go back to Irina in the hold.
Does it matter if that other success was a critical success?
Critical success for
when you had me do that con
the
check?
con check. It does matter.
It was better than half, or whatever that.
It was better than half.
It was, I think,
That's a
what
hard.
number
That's
was
a hard.
it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sorry. It was under the 35 for my hard.
Yeah, it's just
hard
hard.
success.
Yeah. So no,
Hard
it
success.
doesn't matter. Like passing is passing in this case. Yeah. So you see fine. You continue your journey. So you're in the hold of the torpedoes. So you've investigated Captain Franklin's chest. You've looked at like the life support systems and the water tanks and all that. And now you're at the torpedoes. What do you want to pop around with next? You see some torpedo doors.
They're definitely filled with something.
Yeah.
I checked one of the transfer torpedoes and the water tank force it. Can I go check and see if I can open the water tank and see what's going on?
Absolutely.
Okay, great. I would just like that first.
Yeah. And you also can investigate the torpedo tubes. I didn't mean that you couldn't, but
Okay.
yeah. Once you go to the water tank, yeah. So you kind of pop open the hinge. You don't see anything specifically there. Like a tank of water.
Okay. Just close that. See anything else right now, and I'm gonna go check one of the torpedo tubes that I think is filled. Can I go check and see what's going on with that?
Absolutely.
Just like
Yeah. Give me a
Roll a d6.
All right. Roll a d6 for me.
oh boy, 5.
Yeah. So you pull it, and as you kind of open the hatch, you are cascaded by a shower of small lifesavers holes, right?
They're little clear tubes, very very similar to like what mini M&Ms come in. But they're just full of tiny little hard candies, and on the side it says "Lifesavers holes." Like a very like a donut hole, but for a lifesaver.
The holes of
Like the holes of a lifesaver. And this thing is filled with them.
Showered in this.
I don't understand why the government works with this captain. And then I guess I will try to close it. Are they still cut? It's just like, like they drip out and then you're just like, they're in the way.
Yeah.
Just
You try to shut it, more
shut-
comes out.
I'm just gonna let it happen.
You could hear it just like falling like rain. And as you do that, let's see, 32. So yeah, definitely Grace in the atmosphere goes the lifesavers again, and you can hear her start to walk over to follow you.
I am going to just we're just gonna be there. That's okay. I'm gonna confidently begin to exit to go upstairs.
She bumps into you and says,
Good evening.
I'm supposed to tell you you're
Morning.
not supposed to be here.
Oh, I'm
Not supposed to be here.
I don't know if you know that I'm with the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Agency. I was checking some of the atmospheric readings on behalf of the U.S. government. Thank you for your service. I'm gonna walk upstairs.
So, you're not
I'm gonna thank you.
supposed to be... she's gonna go to a tube in the wall and yell into it. And say, Captain, another uninvited guest. Shit. Also, your lifesavers did the thing again. I'm not cleaning up this time.
Still just trying to wake up Izzy. I'm gonna like sort of Jim this Wilson again. When it rains, it pours. Am I right?
She says,
here?
Oh, it's not really in my employment contract. I'm to render aid and assistance only to, Admiral Franklin, but, you're right, of course. It'd be silly.
Yes, it would.
Dries off her hands and comes over.
Very good. Right. Miss Izzy?
Ha! Ha! Ha!
You alright there?
What was that?
That is what we call a siphonophone. This species of quite virulent sentient plankton. Look. The good news, largely harmless. Bad news, not exactly a cure in existence, but, steady stream of antibiotic seeds, it's just something you have to keep up on.
You're telling me I just snipped a siphonophone?
Yes.
There's a siphonophone in that bottle?
And in your brain.
Oh my god. Okay, we'll talk about the antibiotics, but how did that get there?
That is the question. Are you sure this isn't yours?
Yeah, absolutely.
I would like...
And there's other avenues of investigation available
Yes.
to you. Like, you
Yeah.
don't have to...
This is... Look, weird stuff ends up on this stuff all the time, but it's usually because he's brought it here, and he didn't bring this here.
Izzy holds her hand up. Can I hold it?
I'd refrain from inhaling.
I mean, I've done that.
Yes, but this is what's fun. Look, we're
feel
quite a
it.
bit far out at sea. Not a whole lot of doctors, medical facilities
I'll be
available
fine.
to us.
Listen, I've survived worse things. I've survived worse things
Oh,
than
I
having
very much doubt
siphonophons
that.
in my brain. I almost died last year, and I was like, fine.
Who
you know?
hasn't?
Yeah. You get it? So can I hold it?
No. No. I'm just gonna close the cap on it.
As this is happening, you walk up to see this. Captain Lachlan with the canteen. Izzy still on the floor.
Is everyone right?
I have a siphonophone in my brain.
Mr. Thompson, perhaps you can be of assistance. Do you know the origin of this canteen?
What is a siphonophone?
A hive mind species of plankton that attempts to overtake the will of its host. But it's a bit of a two-way street there. You can, with some great mental fortitude, exert your own will upon the parasite, as it were. But usually best to just keep up with it with a steady stream of antibiotics. Nobody breathe this in if you want to avoid having to do that for the rest of your life.
Could they become the largest organism on Earth because they just kind of link up together and they become like these long streams of sentient bacteria that live in the deep sea, and they're incredibly cool, and it's like the largest community effort to become a single organism in the world.
And whoever brought it aboard this vessel was extremely irresponsible, so...
It's in my brain.
As you guys are having this conversation, Nick, you're sitting there. What are you doing with the magnetic?
with the magnets.
So, Nick not only is feeling that his IBS that he's had for years has been cured, but he ingested. But can Nick also be feeling a strange tingling in his neck?
Yeah? Do we know why? Do you want to write it down and send it to me? Why is this happening?
Oh my god. Unprecedented.
Ooh, I love a note. Give me a note.
While this is happening, can Irina be jotting down these notes about siphonophones?
Absolutely.
All of that shenanigans, mind control, I guess.
It's SIPHONOPHON. I see.
I've just realized that in order to recognize those effects, this is definitely something he's already been infected with.
You can't be certain who's in control at the moment.
So he absolutely does have antibiotics on board.
Yeah.
It's just as his personal supply.
I'm here for it. Can you tell me the mechanism, the causal mechanism? Yeah, fuck it, why not?
I do I need a roll if I think that Irina's putting together that the canteen has come from Linda and that Linda's contaminated the water on the sub?
I think that...
Because I followed everything around.
Yeah, give me a spot hidden for having seen a canteen on Linda prior to it. You know what I mean? Like, that's the only way you could have figured it out. Otherwise,
I did get that spot hidden earlier, so I knew she snuck away.
You saw a canteen on her. You see the canteen in Lachlan's hand, yeah.
Okay, so is that enough? Or just still a spot hidden?
No, because I think you yes, I think that you would have seen her with the canteen from that spot hidden, and then also, as a person, you have just figured this out. And I don't see the need to make you roll for figuring something out.
Okay, cool. So I think that I put that together. I'm not gonna say that. I don't want to cause a panic.
Right, so for Nick, who is feeling a tingle where he hasn't felt a tingle before, with the magnets.
Yeah, Nick is itching his neck a bit, and the magnet reader is starting to pivot in the indication of a strong field.
Incredible. As this is happening, you see the Admiral kind of, you see that Thompson's like kind of standing behind him, a very tall pencil man, and you see the rest of the crew. Also, someone who we haven't met, Raphael Cruz. He is our signals at the radio, fire control, also kind of just sitting off. You would have met him at the brunch and stuff. He's mostly been dealing with all the minutiae of leaving dock and communicating your travel plans and all of that. It's Captain Lachlan. Always on point with sort of things. Always. And so, as you kind of are vectoring on this magnetic field, the Admiral turns to Thompson and says, This is taking too long. I think, crew, I think maybe we could increase the speed a little bit. And you see Sophia and you see Marcus turn to look at him and say, yes, sir. And listen, Lachlan, you can feel the ship, the submarine speed up in a way you did not command and did not order. And that's it.
I'm going for it.
And that's it for right now. We're going to take a break and return momentarily.